Now moving on to the Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing Team First 250 class. Who would have thought a year ago, JT, we'd be talking about Haiden Deegan as a title favorite, regardless of what coast he races in Supercross, and definitely going into Pro Motocross as well. I don't want to say he's the team leader because these 250 teams don't like setting up that way. They just give everybody the same shot, but it's impossible to not talk about Deegan going into 2024.
Well, watching him at the Futures round last year, to see the progression throughout the year, and I'll say it, I think he is the team leader now, de facto, if anything. And I think he is who that team has their hopes pinned on. If they're looking at one guy who's going to carry us through the next several years and give us the best chance at championships, how could you not think it's going to be Haiden Deegan? And I think he's living up to it. He has been a phenomenal success story all year long. There's so much around it, his family legacy, and he was so close to winning that Pro Motocross Championship, and then he did seal the deal winning that Super Motocross World Championship. So yeah, I think there's a lot around it, but I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, and then in typical Star Racing fashion, they are not afraid to just grab any opportunity anywhere and see if it hits. And Enzo Lopes, the rider out of Brazil, is the latest there. Really good with the Muck-Off Club MX Yamaha team last year. He had re-signed actually with the club for 2024. Star wanted him, so he had to actually pay a termination clause to get out of the club deal and go to Star. But look, it's Star Racing. It's a factory team. He has to go for it. We know Enzo has talent and ability, but at the same time, this team's pretty ruthless. He's going to have to perform. This is his shot.
Well, I think this is what makes that Levi Kitchen decision so interesting. You see the lengths that Enzo Lopes was willing to go to get onto this team and to get onto that motorcycle because of the opportunity that it gives you. Most of these riders would consider that the most potent machine on the starting line. And it's going to be interesting to see what Enzo does with it, because I think he exceeded everyone's expectation in 2023. He was in the fight to win races when most people, I don't think, expected that at all. So it's going to be, he's a wild card, right? We know it's going to be fast, but can he take that next step? Can he truly be a championship contender in 2024 aboard that motorcycle?
And Star, as always, a very big team, a lot of returning names over there. We'll talk about that in a season preview show coming up closer to Anaheim. Let's switch to the 450 class. And this might not be new, but it's still big news because Eli Tomac will be back, first returning from the ruptured Achilles. But remember, we thought 2022 or 23 could be retirement for Eli. So he did sign a new deal, at least for Supercross, maybe for the entire SMX campaign. But just getting Tomac back is big news, even if it's the same team.
Yeah, and it was a great thing to see Eli riding earlier than what I think even his team expected, because both you and I spoke with his team manager, Jeremy Coker, at the opening outdoor Pro Motocross Championship round of the year. And they said probably riding in November sometime. So to see him riding a month earlier than that was a great sign. I think it's going to give him such a better chance to be better early. And that's really important. Can he be strong early in January so he doesn't give up a huge points gap in that first month of the season? That will set him up for a much better championship run late.
Okay, so let's move to the Cooper Webb scenario. We talked about it a little bit at the top of the show, why he might have wanted to switch. I just don't feel ever that it was a great personality mesh with Webb and KTM, even though they had success winning 2 Monster Energy Supercross titles. He's kind of a rough around the edges, likes to be the underdog, likes to play the mind games. I feel like KTM is more of that Ryan Dungey. You carry yourself like a champion. You don't get involved in that kind of drama. I think personality-wise, this is a much better fit for Webb. And we know this because he used to race for Star in his 250 days, and that was very successful. I think the thing that everyone is wondering, JT, is, wait, they're going to have Webb and Tomac? They were 1 and 2 in points last year, most of the season. They're going to be teammates? How can this work? Do you think there's an issue there?
I don't think there will be an issue there. These are consummate professionals, and I think they will approach it that way. But I do so much agree with what you said, because these two teams feel very different. Monster Yamaha Star Racing owner Bobby Reagan is brash. He does things his way. He doesn't care what you think. And that is Cooper Webb in a nutshell. So that seems like it fits very well. KTM is all about team unity, and they do everything together. And it's just a completely different approach to the same end goal, which is winning races and championships. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But I do agree, this is a team where Cooper Webb had a ton of success on the 250, and now he gets to return. And I think in his mind, he's going to be going into this saying, yes, this is how it all aligns. I made strides through the Super Motocross World Championship playoffs. I got better each round, and wait till you see me in January.
And one other move over there, Justin Cooper going from 250 to 450 with this team. I was kind of bummed all year that we weren't hearing much about Justin Cooper's future. I feel like he's done very, very well throughout his pro career. I don't know why he wasn't higher on anyone's list to hire. Credit to Yamaha for adding a third spot to get him on the team full-time 450. And look, we don't know if Tomac's going to race the whole season. Cooper Webb outdoors has never been as good as he is indoors on a 450. This Justin Cooper thing, we could be in July or August, JT, saying, brilliant, this guy's up front, this guy is good. I think he's very underrated. And I think this is a good move to bring him up.
I agree. And you look at Justin Cooper's stats over the years. He won the 250 Regional Supercross Championship. His Pro Motocross Championship results alone, the speed he displayed along the way in those races too, for him to not have a ride or wonder where he was going to be was incredible. And I think we have to give credit to the aforementioned Bobby Weigandt, because speaking to people behind the scenes, Bobby was responsible for making sure that he was a part of this team. He had to front a lot of the money in 2023, and I think he was very involved again in that in 2024 to make sure he's a part of this team. So I think Bobby believes in him, and I think he should believe in him. Justin Cooper has a bright future, and I think he surprised a lot of people in his limited Supercross run in 2023.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.